Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of the Area 27 tests I will be doing. Today's episode will be on SCP-1025. Before I get to the test, I'd like to give you some brief background knowledge of the SCP as well as some info regarding my test. So this is SCP-1025. SCP-1025 is a book containing 1,500 pages, each page with a disease on it. Diseases can range from cancer to a common cold. Upon reading of a disease in the book, the subject will start experiencing the symptoms of said disease. The SCP seems to only open at the lung cancer page, effectively making lung cancer the only disease that the SCP can give to a subject upon interaction. Alright, moving on to my test info. So, my test question for the SCP was, when a Class D receives lung cancer symptoms via reading SCP-1025, will sprinting affect the symptoms? And my hypothesis was yes. So the two tests I did on this SCP, as you will soon see, were very confusing. However, I believe I got the correct results. Anyways, here are the tests. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start this test now. And what BR is this? BR2. Okay, perfect. Alright, so if worst goes to worst, I'm going to free him when he's in the containment zone so that he can sprint. Because I don't think he can sprint right now. Alright, so the dude is finished briefing. Now we can go ahead and bring him with... Oh wait, I forgot to commence. Almost forgot. Commencing test on SCP-1025. Here we go. Now we can go ahead and bring this dude to SCP-1025. I am literally crossing my fingers right now, hoping that he can sprint. Because that's literally what my test is about. So he's in the containment zone, waiting for the door to close. There we go. Alright, go. Alright, so there he goes. He's contracted lung cancer and he's very slow. Can you sprint? Alright, so I'm gonna click free. Try now. Alright, well it doesn't seem to be working. So this test is failed, so I'm gonna go ahead and... So I want to say the test is failed because you can't sprint. I'm going to give you 15 rep points for your cooperation. Then I'll terminate him via the bracelet. Perfect. Then I'll go ahead and say test on SCP-1025 concluded. Oops, I forgot. I said concluded. I meant to say failed. So the reason I said failed instead of concluded is because according to someone I DM'd, I asked them if Class D can sprint with the collar on their leg, and according to them they said that it happens randomly, like they'll just randomly be able to sprint. So I kind of want to figure out like if it's possible for them to sprint with the collar on. You may follow me. I need to commence the test. There we go. Now, for some reason, it doesn't appear in my comms. So, where's the cadet's supervisor? He's not here. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go with it, because I have a CD that actually can sprint. Okay, he's back. Okay. You may let him in. Can you sprint? I remember I saw him sprinting earlier, so this guy could definitely sprint. So I actually have my results here because he was sprinting, and then when he clicks the SCP, it completely disables his sprinting. You will be given 15 rep points for your cooperation. He said, wait, I'm in normal gun walk again. Oh, so wait, he used a gun, and now it's normal? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and terminate. Okay, so as you saw in the previous tests, my hypothesis was partially correct, because the CD prior to clicking SCP-1025 had the ability to sprint. However, when they clicked the SCP, their ability to sprint was gone and their movement speed slowed. Though, when the CD pulled out their Glock, it seemed to completely remove their slowness effect and allowed them to sprint. Also, for the record, I did not give the CD permission to equip their weapon, because that would potentially put the SCP in danger, which would be unethical. When the CD pulled out their weapon, I got the results I needed and terminated the CD as quick as I could. One more thing, during the test you saw me standing very close to the glass, which is actually against the rules because that could potentially put me in danger. Anyways, that's about it for this test. I recommend you guys give this test a go to see if you can get some similar results. The next test will most likely be on SCP-999. I know it's boring, however it needs to be done. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode.